Howdy. Mediterranean earthquake watch. There is some activity going on in Sicily, 19 kilometers in depth, 1.2.2. There's another deeper one, 36, 1.6 kilometers in depth, 22 kilometers in depth, 1.8. Floridia. And of course, we are near Etna. Eruption warning, minor activity. But there is deeper activity going on in the proximity of this. Furthermore, we have a quake swarm going on. And most of them are rather deep. 22. 1 hour ago, 14. 19. That's a shallower one. 12. So this is still going on, and like most of them, as you can see, hopefully they are marked in orange color. So they are rather deep. And I want to check out this island here. Livikopelagos Kavodos Triptiti. And I noticed this Gavados Triptiti. And this sand here has a little bit of different color than the sand here. There is the border, you can see. And it has also, at the edges, there is different colored sediments. And if we zoom out a little bit more, back again, Greece, there are many volcanoes. They're all over the place. Here is one which isn't really visible because it's black marked. Probably extinct. Now we can see it probably better. There are many volcanoes in the region there. So, here is it. It's very small. There is a deep trench beside it. I went over to Google Earth on this island, checked out a little bit this Triptiti. This is very interesting. This could be a caldera, cryptogazier, which just erupts every now and then through water, and there's like sediments coming up there too. And I went to check out this island and I found something very interesting. This picture here. I cannot understand how this could happen only through water erosion. I guess this has been like this more or less since its creation through electromagnetic activity. And a whole lot of water, which might have originated also from underground. We have tetrahedrons, and there is many more within the rock itself, which are just visible through the sedimentary deposits. This is petrified limestone, I would say. Something in that direction. And I just left the picture open in order to find it again. Because many times I found something and then I went there away and I never found it again. So that's actually probably, I think, the same, just the other end of it, where it ends up to the sea. And also here, tetrahedrons. And tetrahedrons are important because they are marks of supersonic winds. And if there are supersonic winds, we have to think, is it this one? Yes, I found it. Amazing. Now let's put it aside. Share link. Thank you. So I can put this then below the video. There is more of these. These are somehow very many similarities with the plasma oxide. Let me search a picture for you from the plasma oxide. This is from the plasma oxide here in Finland. Yeah, that's actually the place where I was sitting. Which is also in this Thunderbolt video. That's the molten metal. And I wetted those rocks because if you wetten them, the colors pop up very nicely. Otherwise, many features would get disturbed or you just couldn't see. But if you make them wet, not too wet, then you will see these colors. And here we have a very small tetrahedron. Splattered all over the place. And here you have, for comparison, someone's shoe or foot. So this is very rich in detail. And these are not cleaned up, these are not wetted, but still you can see like different coloration. And this is how it looks when you wetten them. There's so much going on in these rocks. It would be very cool to have a possibility to make like professional research about these. With all the tools needed, of course. In order to find out the truth about them. Yeah, this is a picture I was searching for. I don't know if, no. Here we have a glove. And that's the crater I think we just watched. So it's, I don't know, 2 hands big. And these features here, even though the quality isn't that well, remind me of this in the southernmost part of Greece. We have tetrahedrons all over the place. We have different kinds of colored sediments, and I think they are dry now. So if you would make them wet, there would be popping up much more colors and all kinds of things. Now that's very interesting. Then I think these forms are mainly because there was so much water involved. This was mud, or muddy, very muddy and very wet when this happened. And then you induce a whole lot of electricity, which also creates ionic or superionic winds at very high speed. Nature welding the world together. I don't know if it's welding. Fuses is probably a better word. I don't know how much The word welding includes metal, but here we don't have too much metal. This is more or less chalk, I would say. Things sticking out there. And I'm not saying that the water erosion didn't do anything to this. Of course it did, over past few thousand years. There has been probably occasional floods, even maybe almost after the event or as an aftermath of the event. Now, when talking about this, we have to probably check out the region. This is going. Let's put the pictures away quickly. I think, I'm not very 100% sure, but I think that's the direction of the flow. It will go into the sea. Yes, it looks like. Yes, I would say. Maybe you agree, maybe you don't. But I would say they all lead to the sea. So let's follow this up here, where it starts in a way. This might be like the starting point of the water in a way. Yeah, and of course this little valley continues up into the hills. Now that's an interesting spot. There might be every now and then very much water pouring out there, out of the mountain. And it might also be like fresh water. And we have a church. This is where we are go. Check it out. There's a cliff. So we went uphill all the way. That's the valley we followed. That's the sea. And it goes up there all the way to a holy place and a settlement. I bet this is a place where it's usually very hot, since we are like almost in Africa already. Okay, pantas. And they are quite far away from the sea after all, since they are on top of a mountain. Yeah, that's rather not straight. That's almost like my chimney. I didn't use any measurement tools really. No level or whatsoever. Just watching and trying to make it straight. There are two graves. Is there any possibility to go inside that? Because I think there is water inside there. There's a well. Yeah, you need water if you want to baptize someone. Or maybe you need it for other things too. Lighthouse of Gavdos. Yeah, this might be a really cool place. Like in winter when it's not 7,000 degrees hot. I couldn't live in this kind of region with this heat. That's the reason why I moved 15 years ago away from Central Europe up into the north because of the heat. And now I'm up here and we have, today there's gonna be again some 30 degrees and no wind and no clouds or whatsoever. Maybe, I don't know, I haven't checked the windy yet. But the chimney isn't still done, so I have to go to the roof and continue it. But anyway, I think I leave it here. That's the channel we were following. In a way, you could say a white river once again. In the middle of the Mediterranean Sea, the most southern part of Greece, with very interesting rock formations. And if there's water pouring out of those rocks, these mountains, like this island is a mountain, it's just partially submerged. Might be volcanoes, and there might be very nearby also be another one. And there might be many no one knows about. And whatever these structures are, straight lines, 90-degree angles, looks a little bit strange. Maybe ancient city or something. Or maybe not, maybe just some natural random occurrence. Who knows? But anyway, I leave it here. Thanks. Bye.